This LOS is describe enterprise value multiples and their use in estimating equity value. Enterprise value. An alternative to estimating the value of equity is to estimate the value of the enterprise. Enterprise value is most frequently determined as market capitalization plus market value of preferred stock plus market value of debt minus cash and investments, cash equivalents and short-term investments. Okay, so this is important. Enterprise value equals the equity value, okay, because that's the market cap plus the preferred stock, which is equity, plus the debt minus the cash and investments. Now, the important thing that you can see here is that we can spin the algebra, and equity value is therefore enterprise value minus debt plus the cash, okay? So enterprise value is often viewed as the cost of a takeover. In the event of a buyout, the acquiring company assumes the acquired company's debt, but also receives its cash. Enterprise value is most useful when comparing companies with significant differences in capital structure. So the advantages are even where the PE is problematic because of negative earnings. Again, if there's negative earnings, you can't get a PE. All right. The EV/EBITDA multiple can be generally computed because EBITDA is usually positive. An alternative to using the EBITDA in EV multiples is to use the operating income, okay? The disadvantage is that in practice, analysts may have difficulty accurately assessing enterprise value if they do not have access to market quotations for the company's debt. So a quick theoretical question. Enterprise value is most often determined as market capitalization of common equity and preferred stock minus the value of cash equivalents plus A, the book value of debt, B, the market value of debt, or C, the market value of long-term debt. Okay, B is correct. The market value of the debt must be calculated and taken out of the enterprise value. Enterprise value, sometimes known as the cost of takeover, is the cost of the purchase of the company, which would include the assumption of the company's debts at market value. So just be very careful that enterprise value, we're talking about the market value of debt. Okay, here's a practice question where there's a bit of a calculation required. An analyst has determined that the appropriate EV, enterprise value to EBITDA ratio for Rainbow Company is 10.2. The analyst has also collected the following forecasted information for Rainbow Company. EBITDA is 22 million. Market value of the debt is 56 million, and the cash is 1.5 million. So the value of equity for Rainbow Company is closest to A, 169 million, B, 224 million, or C, 281 million. Okay, this is a nice little practice question. So enterprise value equals the equity value plus the debt minus the cash. So the equity value is going to equal the enterprise value minus the debt plus the cash, okay? So you need to memorize that formula. There's no doubt about it. Now, just one little subcalculation that you had to do here. You had an enterprise value to EBITDA multiple of 10.2, and they're giving you the EBITDA here. So you have to take that 22 million and you have to multiply it by 10.2 to get the enterprise value. So that's pretty easy. 10.2 times 22 million gives you 224,400,000. And then, as I said, you have to memorize that formula. So the equity value is the enterprise value minus the debt plus the cash. You get 169,900,000. So A is correct. It's closest to A. Not difficult if you've got the formula memorized. Very important to memorize that formula. So another practice question. An investor considering the enterprise value approach to valuation gathers the following data. EBITDA, 65.8 million. Value of debt, 90 million. Value of preferred stock, 25.4 million. Cash and marketable securities, 6.9 million. Number of common shares outstanding, 12.5 million. Firm's tax rate, 30%. And an appropriate EV, enterprise value to EBITDA multiple of 6 times. So the value per share of the company's common stock is closest to A, $13.43, B, $22.35, or C, $22.90. Okay, this question is very similar to the last one we did, but you got to be careful here because it's saying the common stock, okay? So it's not talking about the equity value. So for the common value, we need to do the enterprise value, but subtract out that preferred stock that we see there, minus the debt plus the cash. So again, quick review, enterprise value is the equity value plus the debt plus the cash. Now the equity value is the common stock and the preferred stock, okay? So the equity value is the enterprise value minus the debt plus the cash. But in this case, we're looking for the value of the common stock. So it's enterprise value minus the preferred minus the debt plus the cash. So the enterprise value, we've got 65.8 for the EBITDA, and we have the multiplier, EV to EBITDA multiplier of 6 times. So 65.8 times 6 is 394.8, minus the value of the debt, minus the value of the preferred, plus the cash and marketable securities. Sum that all up, you get 286.3, and then you're going to divide by the number of common shares outstanding, and which is 12.5 million, and you're going to get 22.9. So the correct answer is C, 22.9. Not too difficult again, but once again, you need to have this formula totally memorized and pick up on the fact that it's common stock, so we're going to subtract the preferred out. We'll do a theory question now, no calculation. Which of the following statements regarding the calculation of the enterprise value multiple is most likely correct? A, operating income may be used instead of EBITDA. B, EBITDA may not be used if the company's earnings are negative. Or C, book value of debt may be used instead of market value of debt. Well, I think that question is not too difficult. A is correct. Operating income may be used in place of EBITDA when calculating the enterprise value multiple. EBITDA may be used when a company's earnings are negative because EBITDA is usually positive. So of course B is wrong. And also the book value of debt cannot be used in place of market value debt, so C is wrong. Okay, so A is the true and B and C are false. Operating income may be used instead of EBITDA. And one last theory question to finish this LOS, a quick one. A disadvantage of the enterprise valuation method for valuing equity is that the following information may be difficult to attain. A, operating income, B, market value of debt, or C, market value of equity. Well, I think you'll find that's an easy one. You'd be happy to see something like that on the exam, and a nice one to finish the LOS on. B is correct. According to the reading, analysts may not have access to the market quotations for company debt. And that's the last slide for this LOS. Thank you.